My thoughts on Instagram? Honestly, I hate it. I really do. And this is coming from someone who used it quite frequently. And I deleted it 3 years ago and I never went back since, in terms of, downloading an account and all. I hate it. I think it's disgusting. I truly do. Now, I think it's only best to talk about my own personal experiences with the app. Now, I got my phone at a relatively young age, and looking back now, I'd even go as far to say I wouldn't have minded getting the phone at a much, further age down the line. So I got my phone a day after my birthday, which was on March the 15th. So my birthday was the day before, being March the 14th. I got my phone after that at 12 years old, and one of the first things I did was I downloaded social media. And I downloaded Instagram, of course, and me being a man, naturally having the male desire, which I believe everyone does have. Every man has, the desire to want to improve their life to some extent, and people may not be the most action, oriented. They still carry their ambition in their heart, and I believe probably 99% of the population do. And naturally, me being me, it's just a wide scale of people on Instagram, a wide scale of people to look at. It's inflated. It really is inflated. And libido, sex drive. I was 12 years old at the time, so you're getting to that age where you really start thinking about sex and the idea of wanting to have... Let me not say that. You know what I was going to say. The idea of wanting to, engage in intercourse with a woman, And you see a lot of these gorgeous, beautiful women with their breasts, boobs, hips, waist, face out. And naturally, me being a man, I don't know any better. And of course I'm going to look at that stuff. Can I help it? That doesn't justify things, so of course not. But it, from my personal experience, it tends to damage my mind quite frequently. Really did damage my mind. In a negative way. And what I found was I had difficulty talking to women because my brain was just sexualized so much. When you see something so often, continuously, over and over and over and over again, it starts to become a norm for your brain. And that's what I found happened to my brain. Constantly seeing women in bikinis and whatnot. Now, I wasn't the smartest back then, but even me, with my own common sense, I had this realization of, and I didn't say it to myself, but I just knew it was at the back of my head. And that was, seeing all of these beautiful women, which is super rare to see in real life. And my brain instinctively knew, obviously, to attract a woman of caliber, let's talk in a physical sense only. Because that's only what I saw at that moment, in a physical sense. Let's say during the caveman era, all times when social media wasn't even a thing, you would have to work your whole life, sacrifice in your career, and just all of the areas of life to attract a woman of that caliber, And the fact that I was able to obtain these, caliber of women in terms of beauty through the hands of my phone. Now, that's not to say I actually, actionably pursued it, or they pursued me. It wasn't like that. It's just the fact that my eyes were able to glance at them simply through the screen, scroll countlessly to what feels like a never-ending pool of beautiful women with no consequences. It just fell off to me, naturally, because when you get something valuable so quick, there's going to be some drawbacks, right? And that's what I found myself in. It's really messed up my mentality and how I view things in general. Also in terms of just high caliber things, but we're going to go more broad. So rather than talking about women, we're talking about our own personal lives now and just people's lives in general. Naturally, as we know, and this is pretty much common sense, it doesn't take a genius to understand, but we know good things take time to happen, and the sweetest fruit tend to require the sweetest of patience, right? Of course. And there's nothing wrong with that, So it's only natural that your life is going to, be in me for slow, daunting. This is human life, and this is the norm, and what should be the norm, and which should still be considered the norm, right? But as we know, social media, I'm specifically talking about Instagram. it really fucks up your brain. Pardon me. It messes up your brain because you're so used to seeing people living their whole entire highlight reels. I mean, not at the back of our head. They probably suffer a lot more than you realize, but that part of the back of your head, it kind of gets pushed away by waves at the back of our head when, you're constantly seeing them post awesome pictures of themselves. I'm talking about females in particular. I'm only talking about females in particular because I'm a man. We'll add men into the mix too. Let's do both. You see all these beautiful... I'm just speaking about what I saw as a man. You see all these beautiful, stunning women in beaches, parks. Okay, maybe not so much as parks, but nice weather, They have their boyfriend, they're on a cruise ship. All this stuff, You see them with their dream man, you see people, flexing their Lamborghinis and their cars on the internet and the mansions that they have, and them with their stupid captions on Instagram trying to create a sense of envy. Now, that's not to say you can't celebrate your accomplishments, but it's pretty clear when you're genuinely trying to inspire people and when you're trying to create a sense of, I don't use envy again, but it's envy, jealousy. And I saw a lot of that on social media, and I was only a 12-year-old boy. And yes, this continued, 13 years old, 14 years old, 15 years old, 16 years old. It destroys your mentality, and I'm talking about my own personal experience. At 16 years old, I felt the awful pressure to become rich, and I felt like shit for the position I am. To which, to some extent, I should be. Naturally being a man, you have the ambition to want to, retire, make money and retire to your parents. But I'd beat myself up for being poor, which is fucking stupid. You're 16 years old, of course you're going to be poor. Are you starting to see where these things start to get a bit unhealthy? Social media's programmed my brain, and I'm specifically talking about Instagram, to just want things now. And things to which are totally normal not to have at a certain age. So when I was 16 years old, I would see people like Andrew Tate on Instagram. I just get really frustrated. I'm like, this guy has $1 million. I have $0 with no form of income. Fun fact, Gordon, Andrew Tate at 16 years old also was poor. These things take time to happen. And we all know this at the back of our heads, but we tend to forget so much because everyone's putting their highlight reels, the best moments of their lives. And then we tend to compare it with the entirety of our lives, which is really stupid. It's so stupid. And so I had enough was enough. I was sick of, just being unable to speak to women. It was almost like I had to play a sacrifice game in the terms of women. Because as you know, I looked at a lot of, I like to refer to Instagram as a form of softcore porn. And the reason why I say softcore is because, yes, despite they're not completely showing you their entire bodies, I know there's other social media platforms like Reddit, Twitter, they're a bit more on the extreme end. But Instagram, they're still showing quite a bit, and to which, to be quite frank, we shouldn't have laid eyes on. But the desires got the best of us. They're still showing their bodies and, all the attractive body parts to try seduce us. I know a lot of them are OnlyFans models, and that's not to say there aren't any good women out there, but to those who act like harlots on IG, I get it, it's business. I get it, you don't want to be in a shit 9-to-5 job, getting told what to do by the boss, you're making a lot of money on OnlyFans. Does that justify you making OnlyFans? No, but I can understand why you'd want to do it. Yes, you're selling your dignity, but hey, you're making a lot of money, you don't have to work at a shit place, I get it. Do I respect OnlyFans? No. Hustle, I'm in the middle because you're making a lot of money. It's long term, so I respect it and I don't. I had to take measure into my own hands, and it was not until 2022 I decided to delete social media permanently. I was sick of Instagram. Still am sick of it, and I told my friends about this also. One of my close friends, which was funny, he told me, "Oh, Golden, I want you to come back to Instagram." I remember he said that in the same year of 2022. And I had many other friends back then who also wanted me to get to Instagram again. I did not see the point of downloading Instagram because I don't care about what another man's doing. I don't care. I truly don't. I don't have time to think about what another man or another woman's doing in their life. I don't have time to think about how much money is this person making. Oh my god, he's dating this person. Oh my god, look, he has this house. Oh, he broke up with this woman. I don't care. Because nothing there is going to benefit. Okay, no, that's a bit too extreme of a statement. Okay, there may be some outliers that actually help me, but overall, I don't see the point. What, just a few pictures to look at someone else's life? That's so unnormal. I guarantee your parents never lived like that. Assuming they're not from the Gen Z generation, which they probably aren't. The millennials and behind those times, Generation X, all that good stuff. They never had social media. They got on with their own lives. They didn't need to compare. Now, comparison is normal, but not to the large scale of social media. So I had to take matters to my own hands. And, the period where I said, I've told my friends in 2022, I deleted Instagram, I don't want it again. It wasn't an overnight, oh, I'm going to straight cold take Instagram. There were times I didn't have the discipline I have now, so I'd constantly download it again. And I had friends who were crabby, didn't respect my standards. They were also like, oh, come back to Instagram. Are you going to download Instagram? Are you going to download it? I just kind of fall into peer pressure and more so, just FOMO, what I experienced back then. And I would tend to download it again. And it never ended well. So it wasn't until summer I decided to delete it permanently. And I stuck true to my morals. And I still have it deleted. It's been about 3 years now. Nearly 3 years for Instagram. Completely changed my life, and I wouldn't change it for the worse. Sorry, I thought I saw something. Nah, it's all good. Wouldn't change it for the worse, and I don't see a reason why I should download it again, honestly. There's a reason why most celebrities do it. They delete, they get off, they probably post, they get off the app. I don't like it in general, I don't care. You guys, you're like, oh, but you need Instagram to date a bunch of women, and I'm sure, yes, there are stunning, beautiful women in the world. I love women. I love beautiful women. I don't want to DM you on Instagram. Hey, I'll see you in real life. And if something transpires from there, we go from there. Because I'm not going to waste my time on my phone, scrolling like a cock. Oh, you're pretty. Yeah, we're men. We have shit to do, fellas. We need things to do. Yes, it's completely normal to pursue a woman and want to have that in your life. But not sit there and go, don't do that, man. Come on. So that's why I don't use Instagram. It's been about 3 years now. To this day, I still don't see the point of using Instagram. I genuinely don't see the point. Yes, I do believe you should personal brand yourself in some way, shape or form. 100%. But I don't do it with every social media platform. I feel like it's just shiny object syndrome. And what you guys need to also understand is with the conversions with certain apps and platforms, they tend to differ. So you attracting an audience on YouTube, it may be in a different way to attracting an audience on, let's say, Instagram or Twitter. You have to find your niche. I don't like Instagram, and I still don't. I hate it, and so I don't use it. So if I want to befriend someone, I don't like getting their Instagram. I'll have your phone number, and even then, I'm really picky with the friends I make because I've been betrayed so many times in the past. So I've really boosted my skill of discernment. So. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Instagram. I thought I'd have a lot more to say, but that's really it. I don't really have much more to say. I don't see a reason why I should download Instagram. I know it's the talk of the town right now. Don't even get me started on TikTok. Hey, I've never used that shit in my life. Bullshit app. Disgraceful. I hate it. It's like TikTok, Instagram personified, especially in terms of the sexualized women. Awful. Disgusting. To think I jacked off about that, it makes me sick. Shame on me in the past. Those are my views on Instagram. Let me know how you feel about the app. I hate it. I don't like it. I think it's there to make envy. And honestly, yes, I have the core belief that I will get rich in the future. I know I will. But even then, I don't see the need to flex my life on the internet. I don't care. I'm fine with being the guy in the shadows, no one knows. I'm fine with that. It's fine. Sorry guys, it's just something on my eye. So, it is annoying. But if I were to, this is the only time I would actually praise using Instagram, and that's for business purpose, is if you have any there. So get off it. Post your thing, do your brand sponsor, all that good stuff. You gotta make money, I understand you need to live. But get out right after, get off right after. Come on, we're men. We shouldn't be living like this, looking at someone on the screen. Why are we thinking about someone from this country? You think about someone from flipping Thailand, Dubai. Imagine doing that 50 years ago. Absurd. Look, of course it's absurd, because you don't have access. The same with the internet. It's weird. What are your thoughts on Instagram? Comment below. Let's talk. Let's see how our views differ, or they're similar. Mine. That was cringe, I know. I'm not gonna practice endings. This is why I'm gonna stick to the casual.